I would like to introduce our next speaker, Professor Yifat Biton. Is the president of Achva Academic College and head of the Israeli Academic Colleges Board. She's a legal scholar and activist for equality.
Dear guests, I'm here today to speak on behalf of the silenced. Decades of researching and litigating for women in their most vulnerable positions have not prepared me for this current mission of giving voice to those who were silenced twice, not once. First on October 7th by Hamas, and second by the silence of the very UN organizations that were entrusted with the mandate of protecting them. Hamas terrorists committed countless violations of international humanitarian law against Israelis, attempting to demolish the Jewish people. They executed heinous war crimes and crimes against humanity. Their systemic and pre-organized use of sexual violence as a weapon of war was aimed to destroy our society through the bodies of women. The atrocious crimes perpetrated, filmed and distributed by Hamas terrorists, brutally assaulting and torturing women, girls, children and men can no longer be denied. On the other hand, the sexual assaults committed by Hamas are significantly more prone to denial and concealment, mainly by silencing the victims, be it by the paralysis of trauma and stigma of survivors, by propaganda, or by murdering them. Practices of denying sexual crimes and not believing victims have long been condemned by feminists and human rights organizations. Feminist scholars worldwide criticize the ways in which liberal legal systems fail to provide women and girls with the protection they deserve, especially in cases of scarce direct evidence. These very practices are now held against our sisters. Not only they have suffered these atrocities, but they are also facing an outrageous demand to secure evidences from the battlefield. Already during the aftermath, and even though they are extremely low, I know first-handedly how overwhelming everything has been in the beginning, in the aftermath. I know because on October 7th, I have lost my beloved two brothers-in-law who were heroically fighting against the Hamas terrorists, trying to save innocent civilians terrorized in their own homes. I have been closely watching identification processes and the unprecedented number of dead women, hostages, and survivors. These were red flags that led me, together with other women specialists in Israel, to focus more on investigating the gender-based crimes that were eventually revealed. We were determined to fight for justice on their behalf. Their unimaginable pain and suffering are now presented by those who bear witness to the crime scenes, by the eyewitnesses that we've seen, and by the violated, murdered bodies. These evidence are incredible, and in the sense that they are indications, all carrying the profound legal implications that are needed and that will allow doing national and international justice with these victims. The extent to which sexual assaults and rapes were committed by Hamas is already gruesome, and much more remains to be revealed as the Israeli justice system is relentlessly investigating it. Your Excellencies, the world must unequivocally condemn these atrocities, siding with our victims of these gender-based crimes would not position you a step beyond siding with basic norms of justice. If you tolerate this, if we tolerate this, we tolerate the demolition of the building blocks of humanity. If you tolerate this, then your daughters, your wives, and mothers will be next. As I conclude my remarks, allow me to introduce the last speaker, Mandana Dayani. Dayani is a human rights activist, entrepreneur, and attorney. She's the creator and co-founder of I Am a Voter. An immigrant from Iran, Dayani lives in Los Angeles. She credits her experience immigrating to the US as a religious refugee as one of her most formative inspirations.